Welcome back to the deep dive. If you're here, you're looking for the shortcut to being well informed. And today, wow, we've stacked our sources. A great collection of consumer advisories, some deep financial analysis, all to cut through the hype.
Yeah, there's a lot of hype.
There really is.
Oh,
We are taking a hard look at the world of digital assets, cryptocurrency, its unique properties, and frankly, why the scammer's playbook is just thriving in this new environment.
it really is.
So for you, the learner, our mission today is surgical. We're going to move really quickly past the basics of, what Bitcoin is.
We all know that by now.
Right, we're getting right into the mechanics of why it poses these specific and often pretty severe risks compared to traditional finance. We really need to understand where the safety nets are missing.
Exactly. Because that's where the bad actors are living, in those gaps.
This whole deep dive is about recognizing that every single feature of cryptocurrency, from, say, instant transfers to no central authority, that's also an inherent risk if you're not prepared. That's it. If we only focus on the cool tech and we just ignore the total lack of consumer protection, we're really missing the bigger picture.
Okay, let's unpack this, not by defining digital currency, but by defining how it works and where the value is actually stored. We know it's electronic, Bitcoin, Ether, thousands of others.
And they pop up every day.
Constantly. Most people get it through an exchange or an app, but let's clarify the storage part, because that feels like the first point of failure.
The storage mechanism is so critical, and it's often where the average user just takes on this risk they don't even see. Your crypto is held in what's called a digital wallet.
Right.
But here's the key thing. The wallet itself doesn't actually hold the crypto. It just holds the keys, the cryptographic keys that you need to access and move the funds that live on the blockchain.
So two pieces of info. There's the public wallet address, that, super long string of letters and numbers you share to get paid. And then there's the private key. That's the password, basically, the thing that lets you spend. That's right. And this is where that whole idea of be your own bank really hits home. If you lose that private key, your funds are just gone. Forever. Locked on the blockchain with no way to get them. Or if you send currency to the wrong public address by mistake, that transaction is almost always final.
And the last point of failure here, the online exchange you use, the place that might be holding your keys for you. If they go out of business or get hacked.
There's no institution is going to step in and help you recover that money.
What's fascinating here is just how quickly all the rules of money we take for granted just change when you switch to these digital assets.
They evaporate. You have to confront the core truth. In the crypto world, you are the bank, which also means you are the insurance company.
That's a huge point. In traditional finance, we have all these safety nets. So lay it out for us. What fundamental protections for, say, the US dollar just completely disappear with crypto?
Well, it really boils down to two things: government backing and insurance. If you have dollars in an FDIC-insured bank account, there's a federal guarantee.
Right, up to a certain amount.
Exactly. If the bank fails, you're protected. Cryptocurrency accounts are, well, they're not backed or insured by any government entity. If your wallet provider gets hacked or goes bust, the government has zero obligation to get your money back.
So the risk isn't just that your investment might tank. The risk is that your access to the investment might just vanish into thin air.
Precisely. That total personal responsibility is. It's both the appeal of it all and the practical nightmare when something goes wrong. And this lack of control is why we see the other huge risk factor: extreme volatility.
Volatility is the thing everyone hears about. We see these huge currencies drop 10% in a week. But what do the sources tell us about the speed? How does it compare to, the stock market?
Oh, the speed is the real differentiator. The value changes constantly, rapidly, sometimes by the hour. It's all driven by news, by hype, by a rumor of some new regulation.
We're not talking about small changes.
No, we're talking about significant price swings. They honestly make traditional stock market moves look tame. An investment worth thousands of dollars today might genuinely be worth only hundreds tomorrow. And there is absolutely no guarantee it'll ever recover.
And a stock is at least tied to a company's assets or revenue, right? A lot of these new coins have no intrinsic value at all. It's just market sentiment.
Which just amplifies that volatility. If you're a risk-averse learner, that instability, that alone should really give you pause.
It absolutely should. Okay, so let's connect this to how you pay for things. The lack of government backing. That extends to transactions too, doesn't it?
Directly. This is another major difference.
We're all used to disputing a credit card charge, If a product is fake or just never shows up, that's a legal protection.
And it's a protection that just vanishes when you pay with crypto. These payments do not come with the legal shields that credit or debit cards offer. There's no middleman to start a chargeback for you.
So it's basically like digital cash once you
Right.
hand it over.
It's gone. That is the key distinction. Crypto payments are typically non-reversible. The only way you get your money back is if the person who has it decides to send it back voluntarily.
And that speed and finality, that must be a huge draw for criminals.
It's why the whole scammer's playbook relies on it.
Okay, before we dive into the scams, let's just clarify one thing, a concept that ties into how police can sometimes trace this stuff. The myth of total anonymity.
Yeah, the sources are really clear here. The truth is, it's complicated. While your actual name isn't attached to a transaction, every single movement of funds is recorded on that public ledger, the blockchain.
So the whole world can see it.
The whole world can see the transaction amount and the sender and recipient's wallet addresses. So if I'm watching your wallet, I don't see host speaker sent $500. I just see one address sending it to another.
So it's not anonymous, it's pseudonymous, like
Yeah.
a screen name.
Exactly. It's pseudonymous. And if you, the user, ever link that address to any piece of identifying info, a shipping address, an email, the ID you used to buy the coin in the first place, investigators can potentially connect the dots. The data is public. The identity is just hidden until a link is found.
That makes perfect sense. The trail might be long, but it's permanently there. Okay, here's where it gets really interesting. Because the scammers are using that irreversibility, that finality, against people.
And the user's steep learning curve. The FTC reports billions lost to crypto scams. This isn't small-time stuff. It's a highly organized criminal industry.
And they use these old school intimidation tactics, but with this new unstoppable payment method.
Yep. Let's start with the immediate universal red flags. If you hear these things, you just need to hang up the phone, delete the message, block the person, end of story.
Let's keep it quick. Red flag 1. If someone demands you pay in cryptocurrency to buy something, to pay a fine, to protect your money, it is a scam.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Red flag 2. If anyone, and I mean anyone, guarantees you profits or promises huge returns with low risk, they are lying. Nobody can guarantee that. Free money is always fake.
And red flag 3. This should be obvious, but it happens all the time. Never, ever mix online dating and investment advice. If your new online love starts giving you stock tips or asks for crypto,
It's a scam, a pig butchering scam, a very cruel one.
let's break down the investment scams first. These are the ones that hook people with that promise of easy wealth. They usually start on social media or a dating app,
Right, where a scammer can build up trust over time before they drop the opportunity.
like the fake manager scam. Some financial expert contacts you, promises to grow your money, and sends you to this very slick, professional-looking website. You send them your crypto to invest.
And that website is a complete sham. It's just a stage prop designed to show you fake earnings.
Mhm.
So you watch your balance go up and up, and you feel great. You trust them completely.
But then you try to withdraw the money.
And suddenly you can't. Or you're hit with these massive unexpected fees that, of course, have to be paid in more crypto. The money you sent initially is long gone.
Then there's the celebrity multiplier scam, a modern twist on the old Nigerian prince email.
Oh, yeah. They impersonate a famous person and claim they'll double or triple any crypto you send them. They'll use these QR codes in video or a social post.
And the second you scan that code and approve the payment, that's it. Transaction is irreversible. Your crypto is in their wallet.
Then you have the impersonation scams, which are just about pure fear and urgency. They exploit the fact that crypto payments are so fast they want you to panic.
So they'll pretend to be from Amazon or FedEx or your bank. They'll say there's fraud on your account. Or they'll pretend to be from the government, law enforcement, telling you that you owe taxes or your accounts are frozen.
The hook is always the same. They create a crisis. And the only solution they offer is for you to safeguard your funds by immediately buying crypto and sending it to a secure wallet they provide.
Our sources had this one detail that is just intensely chilling. The scammers will often stay on the phone with the victim the entire time.
Guiding them, coercing them.
Exactly. Directing them to a physical cryptocurrency ATM. They'll walk them through it step by step. Okay, now insert the cash, now convert it, now scan this QR code on the screen.
And think about that. You're panicked, you've got this authoritative voice in your ear telling you you're about to lose everything or go to jail.
Yeah.
You're in a public place, under pressure.
And you're making a financial transfer with no undo button. That QR code they give you sends the crypto straight to their wallet. Gone. It is the ultimate exploitation of the currency.
Terrifying. It just eliminates any time for the victim to think or do a quick search. Then we've also got the job scams. They seem lower risk, but they're not.
The fake crypto jobs, they are everywhere. Scammers post these great-sounding remote jobs, delivery operations specialist, crypto miner, and the bait is always the same.
There's an upfront fee.
Always. To get the job or the equipment, you have to pay a fee in cryptocurrency. And you should never, ever pay a fee to get a job.
And then there's the really nasty one, the fake check cycle. This one hurts the victim in multiple ways.
How does that one work?
So the scammer sends their new employee a fake check. They tell them to deposit it. Then they rush them, saying they need to immediately withdraw some of that cash before the bank realizes the check is bad to buy crypto for a client.
Ah, because the bank makes the funds available right away, even if the check hasn't actually cleared?
Exactly. The funds look real for a few days. The victim, being a good employee, sends the crypto to the scammer. Instant, irreversible. A few days later, the check bounces.
And the employee is on the hook with their bank for the full amount. They're out the crypto, and now they owe the bank thousands of dollars in cash.
It perfectly combines old-school bank fraud with new-school crypto irreversibility. And finally, of course, the classic blackmail scams. An email shows up threatening to release embarrassing photos or data unless you pay a ransom in Bitcoin.
And the advice is firm on this one.
Do not pay. It's criminal extortion. Paying almost never makes them go away.
So what does this all mean? We've walked through the tech, the missing safety nets, and the very specific ways criminals exploit all of it. If you had to boil down all the avoidance rules into one core idea, what is it?
The most important rule is the simplest one. Never pay anyone who contacts you out of the blue demanding payment in crypto, especially not under pressure. And use your common sense. Never click links in unexpected emails.
And research. Research is your best defense. Before you use any platform or invest in any coin, you have to search online for the name, plus words like review, scam, or complaint.
A 5-minute search can save you a lifetime of regret.
And if you do get targeted, or worse, you become a victim.
Yeah.
You're not alone, right? There are places to go.
The government can't get your funds back, no. But they can and do investigate these crimes.
So, where should our listeners report this fraud?
Okay, you need to report it to the FTC at reportfraud.ftc.gov. You should also report to financial regulators like the CFTC and the SEC, especially for investment schemes. Also, the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, or IC3. And don't forget to tell the crypto exchange you used to send the money.
This has been an essential and honestly a pretty sobering deep dive. The key takeaway has to be that the benefits people talk about, the speed, the decentralization, they come packaged with this risk of total personal liability and zero recourse. Vigilance is not optional.
Not at all. It's fundamental. And, since we spent that time talking about the difference between anonymous and pseudonymous, the fact that every transaction is permanently on the blockchain,
Sure.
this leads to a final, maybe provocative thought.
Okay.
If all that public information can be used to trace activity, the next question for you to mull over is this. What does that distinction really imply for future regulation? Can true privacy even survive when every transaction can potentially be mapped back to an identity? And what kind of legal liabilities might come from owning an asset that's only sort of anonymous?
That's a great question to end on. How regulators might eventually connect that public data to private identity. That is the key to understanding the future of digital finance. Thank you for joining us for this essential deep dive. We hope this knowledge helps you stay secure in this increasingly complex digital world.